Saturday, August 22nd, 2026. Today's World News Headline Summary 1. The Korea Times. 1-1. 6 in 10 Koreans back mandatory military service for women. A recent poll indicates that 6 out of 10 South Koreans are in favor of introducing mandatory military conscription for women. Furthermore, nearly half of the respondents expressed support for President Lee Jae-myung's proposal of a selective enlistment system, slightly outnumbering those who oppose it. However, a detailed demographic breakdown reveals a stark contrast in opinions across different age groups. Men and women in their 20s and 30s, the demographics most directly impacted by such policy shifts, strongly oppose the idea. The results show a clear generational divide, experts noted regarding the survey. This poll, conducted through random digit dialing, highlights the growing societal debate over military service reform amid a looming demographic cliff and personnel shortages. Vocabulary. Mandatory. Adjective. 의무적인, 강제적인. The government is considering mandatory training for all new employees. Conscription. Noun. 징병제. Conscription was widely debated during the election campaign. Respondent. Noun. 응답자. Over 1,000 respondents participated in the national survey. Outnumber. Verb. 뭐뭐보다 수가 많다. The supporters of the bill outnumbered the opponents. Demographic. Adjective. 인구 통계하게. The company analyzes demographic trends to target its advertising. Breakdown. Noun. 통계 등의 세부 내역, 분석. The report provides a detailed breakdown of the voting results. Stark. Adjective. 차이등이 극명한, 확연한. There is a stark contrast between the two candidates' policies. Generational. Adjective. 세대의, 세대 간의. There is a clear generational gap in how people consume news. Looming. Adjective. 불길하게 다가오는. They had to make a quick decision due to the looming deadline. Personnel. Noun. 인원, 직원, 병력. The military is facing a severe personnel shortage this year. 4. 시사용어 해설. Demographic cliff. 인구 절벽. 생산 가능 인구 15에서 64세의 비율이 급격하게 줄어드는 현상을 뜻합니다. 출산율 감소와 고령화가 주요 원인이며 경제 성장 둔화와 병력 부족 등 사회 전반에 심각한 영향을 미칩니다.
1-2. Lee appoints senior trade official Park Jung-sung as new trade minister. President Lee Jae-min has appointed Park Jung-sung, a seasoned senior trade official, as South Korea's new trade minister. The presidential spokesperson announced on Friday that Park will step into the role immediately to spearhead crucial ongoing negotiations with Washington. These talks primarily revolve around South Korea's substantial investment pledges made to the United States. Park, who previously served as vice trade minister, is replacing Yeo Han-ko, who was dismissed last week under undisclosed circumstances. Notably, this particular executive appointment does not mandate parliamentary approval or a formal confirmation hearing. The move is seen as an effort to maintain continuity in vital economic diplomacy. Vocabulary. Appoint. Verb. 임명하다. The board decided to appoint her as the new CEO. Seasoned. Adjective. 노련한. 경험이 많은. He is a seasoned diplomat with decades of experience. Spearhead. Verb. 선봉에 서다. 진두지휘하다. She will spearhead the new marketing campaign next quarter. Revolve around. Verb phrase. 무엇무엇 중심으로 다루다. The discussion will revolve around environmental policies.
Substantial. Adjective. 상당한, 실질적인. The project received a substantial amount of funding. Pledge. Noun. 약속, 맹세. The government made a pledge to reduce carbon emissions. Dismiss. Verb. 해임하다, 경질하다. The manager was dismissed due to a violation of company policy. Mandate. Verb. 의무화하다, 명령하다. The law mandates that all citizens wear seatbelts. Continuity. Noun. 연속성. Maintaining continuity is vital during a corporate merger. 시사용어 해설. Confirmation hearing. 인사청문회. 대통령이나 행정부 수반이 고위 공직자를 임명하기 전 입법부, 국회가 해당 후보자의 자질, 도덕성, 업무 능력 등을 검증하는 절차입니다. 한국의 통상교섭본부장 자리는 형행법상 국회 인사청문회 필수 대상이 아닙니다.
1-3. Seoul shares open higher as U.S. bond yields retreat. Seoul shares opened significantly higher on Thursday morning, driven by retreating U.S. Treasury yields and a positive overnight performance on Wall Street. The benchmark Korea Composite Stock Price Index, KOSPI, rebounded sharply, surging 6.2% during late morning trade. This impressive recovery followed a steep 6% plunge in the previous session, which was triggered by a massive tech sell-off linked to rising bond yields. Investor sentiment was further buoyed by major chip makers, as market participants aggressively snapped up shares of Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix. In particular, expectations were extremely high regarding stronger shareholder returns, highlighted by SK Hynix's monumental 40 trillion won share buyback plan. Vocabulary. Yield. Noun. 수익률. 금리. Rising bond yields often put pressure on the stock market. Retreat. Verb. 후퇴하다. 하락하다. Oil prices retreated after reaching a record high yesterday. Benchmark. Noun. 기준점. 지표. The KOSPI is the benchmark index for the South Korean stock market. Rebound. Verb. 반등하다. The economy is expected to rebound in the third quarter. Plunge. Noun. 급락. 추락. The unexpected news caused a sudden plunge in the company's shares. Trigger. Verb. 촉발하다. 유발하다. The central bank's decision triggered a massive sell-off. Buoy. Verb. 기분을 들뜨게 하다. 부양하다. The local currency was buoyed by strong export data. Participant. Noun. 참가자, 참여자. Market participants are closely watching the inflation report. Monumental. Adjective. 엄청난, 기념비적인. The merger was a monumental achievement for both tech giants. 시사용어 해설. Share buyback. 자사주 매입. 기업이 잉여 현금으로 자기 회사의 주식을 주식시장에서 사들이는 것을 말합니다. 시중에 유통되는 주식수를 줄여 주당 가치를 높이기 때문에 주가를 부양하고 주주에게 이익을 돌려주는 주주환원 대표적인 정책으로 꼽힙니다.
2. The Korea Herald. 2-1. Seoul Light Festival returns with iconic art, live music. The highly anticipated Seoul Light DDP 2026 Fall Festival is set to illuminate the Dongdaemun Design Plaza from September 3 to 13. This year's event will transform the venue's massive 222-meter curved facade into a dazzling projection canvas under the theme K Original Light. The festival prominently features media art installations inspired by legendary video artist Namjoon Paik, abstract painter Yoo Young-kook, and verses from an 18th century Korean poetry anthology. In a groundbreaking first for the event, the visual projections will react in real time to live music performances. The opening ceremony on September 3 will be highlighted by a dynamic performance from the Korean electronic band Idiotape. The organizers hope this synergy of art and sound will captivate both locals and tourists. Vocabulary. Illuminate. Verb. 불을 비추다, 밝게 하다. The colorful fireworks illuminated the night sky above the city.
Venue. Noun. 장소, 개최지. The stadium is a popular venue for international concerts. Curved. Adjective. 곡선의, 휘어진. The building features a unique curved roof design. Facade. Noun. 건물의 정면, 외벽.
The historical building has a beautifully restored stone facade. Dazzling. Adjective. 눈부신, 현혹적인. She gave a dazzling performance that captivated the audience. Prominently. Adverb. 두드러지게, 눈에 띄게. The artist's new sculpture was displayed prominently in the gallery. Installation. Noun. 설치물, 설치미술. The museum is hosting a new interactive art installation. Anthology. Noun. 문집, 선집. He recently published an anthology of modern poetry. Groundbreaking. Adjective. 획기적인. The scientists published a groundbreaking study on cancer treatments. 시사용어 해설. Media art. Media art. 텔레비전, 비디오, 컴퓨터, 프로젝션 매핑 등 대중매체나 최신 디지털 기술을 활용하여 창작하는 현대미술의 한 장르입니다. 이 기사에서는 건물 외벽에 영상을 쏘아 올리는 미디어 파사드 기술이 다루어졌습니다. 2.2. Equalberry Packs booth at Olive Young's U.S. Festival. Equalberry, a rapidly rising K-beauty skincare brand, successfully drew a massive crowd of roughly 4,000 visitors to its booth during the Olive Young Festa LA 2026. Held over 3 days in Los Angeles as part of the larger KCON LA 2026 festival, the event allowed the brand to showcase its nature-inspired product lineup. The booth was creatively styled with displays of lemons, cherries, and blueberries to emphasize the brand's commitment to nature-derived ingredients. Visitors were highly engaged at the testing zone, sampling flagship items like the Vitamin Illuminating Serum. This successful festival appearance highlights Equalberry's strong global momentum, following its recent achievement of ranking #1 on Amazon's U.S. bestseller list for serums. Vocabulary. Roughly. Adverb. 대략. 거의. There were roughly 500 people waiting in line for the tickets. Showcase. Verb. 선보이다. 전시하다. The Tech Expo will showcase the latest advancements in robotics. Creatively. Adverb. 창의적으로. The chef creatively combined unexpected flavors in the dish. Emphasize. Verb. 강조하다. The teacher emphasized the importance of completing homework on time. Commitment. Noun. 약속. 헌신. The company has a strong commitment to environmental sustainability. Derive. Verb. 끌어내다. 얻다. Many modern medicines are derived from rare tropical plants. Ingredient. Noun. 재료. 성분. Fresh basil is a key ingredient in making authentic pesto sauce. Flagship. Noun. 주력 상품. 대표작. The new smartphone is the company's flagship product for this year. Momentum. Noun. 탄력. 가속도. The environmental movement has gained significant momentum recently. 기사용어 해설. Flagship. Flagship. 원래 해군 함대의 사령관이 타고 있는 기함을 뜻하는 단어로 경제나 산업에서는 특정 브랜드를 대표하는 최고급 주력 상품이나 브랜드를 상징하는 대형 대표 매장, flagship store를 의미합니다. 2-3. Lim Yuna fronts D-Pound's 2026 fall campaign. The domestic fashion label D-Pound has officially appointed actor and singer Lim Yuna as its new brand ambassador, unveiling their highly anticipated 2026 fall campaign. According to the brand, Lim's bright yet calm persona perfectly aligns with D-Pound's core slogan, which focuses on capturing the sentiment of everyday life. The campaign beautifully frames the new season's looks as easy but considered, shot against the backdrop of relatable, everyday moments, like reading in a quiet study or going for a relaxing walk. The extensive fall lineup features a variety of items, including elegant blouses, cozy knitwear, and versatile outerwear made from leather and suede. Brand representatives expressed excitement about how well Lim embodies the label's aesthetic.
Vocabulary. Domestic. Adjective. 국내, 가정에. The airline operates both international and domestic flights. Appoint. Verb. 임명하다, 지명하다. The board decided to appoint him as the new director. Ambassador. Noun. 대사, 홍보대사. She travels the world as a goodwill ambassador for the UN. Persona. Noun. 모습, 페르소나. His public persona is very different from his private life. Align with. Verb phrase. 뭐뭐와 일치하다, 부합하다. The new policy aligns with our company's core values. Sentiment. Noun. 감정, 정서. The poem beautifully captures the sentiment of longing. Backdrop. Noun. 배경. The mountains provided a stunning backdrop for the wedding. Relatable. Adjective. 공감할 수 있는. The main character in the movie is highly relatable to young adults. Versatile. Adjective. 다용도해, 다재다능한. A denim jacket is a versatile piece of clothing for any season. 시사용어 해설. 캠페인. 패션이나 마케팅 업계에서는 특정 시즌, 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울에 맞춰 브랜드의 새로운 컨셉트나 제품을 대중에게 널리 알리기 위해 기획하는 일련의 광고, 화보, 프로모션 프로젝트를 뜻합니다.
3. CNN. 3-1. CNN to air live coverage of the Tupac murder trial. After nearly 3 decades, one of the most infamous unsolved murder cases in American history is stepping back into the spotlight. CNN has announced comprehensive, multi-platform live coverage of the highly anticipated murder trial of hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur. Starting August 17, 2026, subscribers can stream the proceedings directly from the Clark County District Courtroom in Nevada. Dwayne Keffy D. Davis currently stands accused of orchestrating the fatal 1996 shooting. Hosted by chief legal analyst Laura Coates, the coverage will feature real-time reporting and expert legal analysis. Furthermore, the broadcast will deeply explore the profound and lasting cultural impact this tragic case has had on the global hip-hop community. Vocabulary. Decade. Noun. 10년. Technology has advanced rapidly over the past 2 decades. Infamous. Adjective. 악명 높은. The city was once infamous for its high crime rates. Spotlight. Noun. Spotlight. 대중의 관심. The scandal thrust the young politician into the spotlight. Comprehensive. Adjective. 포괄적인, 종합적인. The school offers a comprehensive curriculum for language learners. Proceeding. Noun. 소송 절차, 진행. The legal proceedings are expected to last for several months. Stand accused of. Idiom. 이 혐의를 받다. The former executive stands accused of embezzling company funds. Orchestrate. Verb. 조직하다, 공탱하다. The rebels carefully orchestrated a coordinated attack on the Capitol. Profound. Adjective. 깊은, 심오한. His speech had a profound impact on the entire audience. Lasting. Adjective. 영구적인, 지속적인. We hope this treaty will bring a lasting peace to the region. 기사 용어 해설. Stand trial. 재판을 받다. 법정에서 피고인으로서 유무죄를 다투는 과정을 의미합니다. 오랜 기간 미제 사건으로 남아있던 사건이 새로운 용의자 체포로 인해 마침내 다시 법정에 서게 되는 중대한 상황을 나타냅니다. 3-2. J.D. Vance to deliver economic message in Ohio amidst tight Senate race. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is heading to his home state of Ohio to deliver a pivotal economic message, drawing significant attention from political analysts. Ohio is currently regarded as an absolute toss-up state in the upcoming Senate elections, where Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown is putting up a remarkably strong fight. Reporters note that Vance's visit is ostensibly designed to support vulnerable Republican candidates in the tightly contested region. However, experts are closely watching his every move, speculating whether these high-profile speeches serve a broader political ambition beyond just the Senate campaigns. The economic focus of his speech is expected to resonate strongly with local voters facing ongoing financial pressures. Vocabulary. Pivotal. Adjective. 충추적인, 중요한. The new witness played a pivotal role in solving the mystery. Toss-up, noun. 승패를 알 수 없는 일, 경합. The election is a complete toss-up between the two candidates. Put up a fight, idiom. 훌륭히 싸우다, 저항하다. The underdog team put up a great fight against the champions. Ostensibly, adverb. 표면상으로는. He ostensibly resigned for health reasons, but rumors say otherwise. Vulnerable, adjective. 취약한, 상처받기 쉬운. The elderly are often more vulnerable to extreme weather conditions. Contested, adjective. 논쟁이 되는, 경쟁이 치열한. It is one of the most hotly contested congressional districts in the state. Speculate, verb. 추측하다, 짐작하다. Media outlets continue to speculate about the CEO's sudden departure. High profile, adjective. 세간의 이목을 끄는. The lawyer is known for taking on high-profile celebrity cases. Resonate, verb. 공명하다, 반향을 부르다. The movie's message about family resonated deeply with the audience. 시사 용어 해설, toss-up state, 경합주. 미국 선거에서 민주당과 공화당 어느 쪽도 확고한 우위를 점하지 못해 선거 당일까지 결과를 예측하기 힘든 줄을 뜻합니다. 동전을 던져 승부를 가린다, toss-up에서 유래했으며 비슷한 의미로 swing state가 쓰이기도 합니다.
Number 3. 3. CNN brings Farm Aid live to audiences nationwide on September 26th. Following the success of last year's broadcast, CNN is once again partnering with Farm Aid to bring the annual music festival live to audiences across the nation. The special event, Farm Aid 2026 Music Festival Live, will air on Saturday, September 26th, starting at 7 p.m. EST. Viewers will be able to watch the performances on traditional television, as well as stream them live via CNN.com and its mobile app. This broadcast builds upon CNN's growing slate of special live programming designed to bring people together. By highlighting major moments in culture and entertainment, the network aims to support American farmers while delivering high-quality musical performances. Vocabulary. Broadcast. Noun. 방송. 방영. The live broadcast of the football game reached millions of viewers. Annual. Adjective. 연내. 매년에. The town hosts an annual parade to celebrate its founding. Stream. Verb. streaming하다. 실시간 재생하다. You can stream the new documentary directly on your smart TV. Build upon. Verb phrase. 을 바탕으로 하다. 발전시키다. We need to build upon our past successes to achieve future goals. Slate. Noun. 예정 목록. Lineup. The cinema released a fantastic slate of new movies for the summer. Programming. Noun. 방송 프로그램 편성. The network introduced educational programming for children on weekends. Highlight. Verb. 조명하다. 강조하다. The documentary highlights the struggles of endangered species. Entertainment. Noun. 오락. Entertainment. The city offers a wide variety of entertainment options for tourists. Objective. Noun. 목적. 목표. Her main objective this year is to run a full marathon. 시사용어 해설. Farm Aid, Palm Aid. 1985년부터 미국의 가족농, family farmers을 돕기 위해 유명 뮤지션들이 기금을 모으는 대규모 자선 콘서트입니다. 농업 위기를 알리고 재정적 지원을 제공하는 사회적 캠페인의 성격을 띠고 있습니다.
4. BBC 4-1. El Niño could be strongest in living memory, warns UK weather agency. The UK Met Office has issued a stark warning that the El Niño weather system currently developing over the Pacific Ocean could become the strongest in living memory. Meteorologists anticipate that sea surface temperatures in the tropical Central Pacific might surge more than 3 degrees Celsius above normal levels. When this powerful natural phenomenon is combined with the escalating effects of human-induced climate change, scientists warn it is very likely to make 2027 the hottest year globally on record. Experts emphasize that this unprecedented event has the profound power to reshape weather patterns across the globe. Consequently, it could bring devastating floods to some regions while inflicting severe droughts on others. Vocabulary. Stark. Adjective. 엄격한. 가차없는. The report painted a stark picture of the ongoing environmental crisis. Meteorologist. Noun. 기상학자. Meteorologists predict a severe storm will hit the coast tonight. Anticipate. Verb. 예상하다. 기대하다.
We anticipate a significant increase in sales during the holiday season. Surge. Verb. 급증하다. 밀려들다. Online orders surged immediately after the new product launch. Phenomenon. Noun. 현상. The northern lights are a beautiful and rare natural phenomenon. Escalate. Verb. 악화되다. 확대되다. The minor argument quickly escalated into a full-blown physical fight. Unprecedented. Adjective. 전례 없는. The city experienced unprecedented levels of rainfall this summer. Profound. Adjective. 엄청난. 심오한. The discovery had a profound effect on the field of medicine. Devastating. Adjective. 파괴적인. The earthquake had a devastating impact on the local community. 시사 용어 해설. 엘니뇨. 엘니뇨. 적도 부근 동태평양 해수면 온도가 평년보다 0.5도 이상 높은 상태가 수개월 이상 지속되는 현상입니다. 바닷물이 비정상적으로 따뜻해지면 대기의 흐름이 바뀌어 지구 곳곳에 폭우, 홍수, 가뭄 등 극단적인 기상이변을 일으키게 됩니다.
4.2. Prince Harry prepares for hefty bill after failed legal battle. Prince Harry is bracing for a substantial financial blow following a failed legal battle against the publisher of the Daily Mail. The high-profile defamation lawsuit centered around a controversial article discussing the Duke of Sussex's police protection status in the UK. The court ultimately ruled in favor of the tabloid publisher, leaving the prince to shoulder a hefty bill for the extensive legal costs incurred during the dispute. Concurrently, rumors are swirling that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle might briefly return to the UK for upcoming media projects. This ongoing saga highlights the continually strained and highly litigious relationship between the British royals and the tabloid press. Vocabulary. Brace for. Idiom. 대비하다. Residents along the coast are bracing for the incoming hurricane. Substantial. Adjective. 상당한. 크고 단단한. The charity received a substantial donation from an anonymous sponsor. Defamation. Noun. 명예훼손. The actor sued the magazine for defamation after they printed false rumors. Lawsuit. Noun. 소송. The company is currently facing a class action lawsuit from consumers.
Shoulder. Verb. 책임 등을 짊어지다. As the team leader, she had to shoulder the blame for the failure. Hefty. Adjective. 돈의 액수가 막대한. 무거운. He had to pay a hefty fine for breaking the traffic rules. Incur. Verb. 비용 등을 발생시키다. 초래하다. The project incurred unexpected costs due to supply chain delays. Concurrently. Adverb. 동시에. The festival will run concurrently in 3 different cities this year. Litigious. Adjective. 소송을 일삼는. We live in a highly litigious society where people sue easily. 땡땡땡 이행시. Defamation. 명예훼손. 타인의 명성이나 평판을 깎아내릴 목적으로 사실이나 거짓을 유포하는 불법 행위를 말합니다. 문서나 기사로 훼손하는 것은 libel. 말이나 방송으로 훼손하는 것은 slander로 구분하기도 합니다. 4-3. Pakistan's former PM, Imran Khan, moved back to prison. Pakistan's embattled former Prime Minister Imran Khan has been transferred back to prison following a brief medical evaluation. Khan had recently lodged formal complaints regarding his deteriorating health while being held behind bars. However, after a thorough medical examination, a team of doctors officially deemed him fit to continue serving his sentence. The charismatic political figure remains incarcerated on corruption charges, which his fervent supporters vehemently argue are politically motivated attempts to sideline him. This latest move by the authorities is widely expected to further escalate the already volatile political tensions within the country. Vocabulary. Embattled. Adjective. 궁지에 몰린, 공세에 시달리는. The embattled CEO finally resigned after months of corporate scandal. Evaluation. Noun. 평가, 검진. All employees must undergo an annual performance evaluation. Lodge. Verb. 불만 등을 제기하다, 제출하다. He decided to lodge a formal complaint against his unfair boss. Deteriorating. Adjective. 악화되는. Due to the deteriorating weather, the flight was ultimately canceled.
The detective conducted a thorough investigation of the crime scene. Incarcerate. Verb, 투옥하다, 감금하다. The thief was incarcerated in a maximum security prison. Fervent. Adjective. 열렬한, 강렬한. She is a fervent supporter of animal rights and conservation. Vehemently. Adverb. 격렬하게, 맹렬히. The politician vehemently denied the allegations of bribery. Volatile. Adjective. 불안정한, 변덕스러운. The stock market has been highly volatile over the past few weeks. 시사용어 해설. Politically motivated. 정치적 목적을 띤. 겉으로는 법적인 절차, 부패 조사, 비리 처벌 등의 형태를 띠고 있지만 실제로는 선거에서 유력한 상대방을 제거하거나 정치적 영향력을 약화시키기 위해 정부나 권력자가 의도적으로 개입하여 행하는 조치를 뜻합니다.
5. ABC Australia. 5-1. Shorter. America this week. The race to 2028 heats up. As the U.S. midterm primaries progress, surprising victories by Democratic Socialist candidates are already heating up the early race for the 2028 presidential election. High-profile progressive figures like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, continue to dominate political headlines, sparking intense and often unhinged reactions from the MAGA conservative base. Political commentators highlight the extreme double standards faced by women of color in American politics, yet they point out that these progressive messages are strongly resonating with a shifting and diverse electorate. This dynamic illustrates a deeply polarized America, where the political weight of future leadership is pulling the nation in radically different directions. Vocabulary. Primary. Noun. 예비선거. He won the state primary and became the party's official nominee. Progressive. Adjective. 진보적인. The new mayor is known for her highly progressive social policies. Unhinged. Adjective. 불안정한, 제정신이 아닌. The suspect left a series of unhinged messages on social media. Commentator. Noun. 평론가, 해설자. The sports commentator gave an excellent analysis of the final match. Double standard. Noun. 이중잣대. Many complain about the double standard in how male and female bosses are judged. Resonate. Verb. 공명하다, 반향을 부르다. The candidate's promise of lower taxes resonated with working-class voters. Electorate. Noun. 유권자, 전체. The electorate showed their dissatisfaction by voting out the incumbents. Polarized. Adjective. 양극화된. The country has become deeply polarized over the issue of immigration. Radically. Adverb. 근본적으로, 급진적으로. The landscape of the city has radically changed over the last decade. 시사용어 해설. MAGA, Make America Great Again. 도널드 트럼프 전 미국 대통령의 핵심 선거 구호로 미국을 다시 위대하게라는 뜻입니다. 현재 미국 정치 기사에서는 트럼프를 열렬히 지지하는 강경 보수 우파 진영이나 그들의 정치적 성향 자체를 지칭하는 대명사처럼 쓰이고 있습니다.
5-2. House Question Time highlights Employment Services Overhaul. During a recent House Question Time session, Employment Minister Amanda Rishworth proposed a major overhaul of the National Employment Services System. The current framework, accessed by more than 1 million unemployed Australians, has faced heavy criticism for failing to provide meaningful support. Rishworth announced that the government intends to implement fundamental structural changes to the system to better serve job seekers. Instead of merely pressuring individuals with strict compliance rules, the new approach will focus on offering personalized education and practical skills training. This reform aims to create sustainable career pathways and genuinely reduce long-term unemployment across the country. Vocabulary. Overhaul. Noun. 대대적인 점검, 개편. The company announced a complete overhaul of its management structure. Framework. Noun. 뼈대, 체제, 틀. The agreement provides a new framework for international trade. Unemployed. Adjective. 실직한, 실업자인. The government introduced a new allowance for unemployed youth. Implement. Verb. 시행하다, 실행하다. The school will implement a new reading program next semester.
fundamental, adjective, 근본적인, 핵심적인. Hard work is fundamental to achieving success in any career. Compliance, noun, 명령 법률 등의 준수. The factory was shut down due to its lack of safety compliance. Personalized, adjective, 개인 맞춤형의. Advanced algorithms can offer highly personalized shopping recommendations. Sustainable, adjective, 지속 가능한. We need to find a sustainable solution to the energy crisis. Genuinely, adverb, 진정으로, 참으로. I was genuinely surprised when they threw me a secret birthday party. 시사 용어 해설, House question time, 대정부 질문. 의회 민주주의 국가에서 국회의원들이 총리나 각 부처 장관들을 국회로 불러 국정 현안에 대해 직접 묻고 답변을 듣는 제도입니다. 호주 정치 뉴스에서 자주 등장하는 중요한 의회 일정입니다.
5-3. Laura Tingle's analysis on the Israel-Gaza conflict and U.S. politics. Laura Tingle, a chief political correspondent for ABC, has delivered a highly acclaimed analytical column regarding the ongoing Israel-Gaza conflict. Her piece provides a profound analysis of how the Middle Eastern crisis is intricately affecting the domestic political landscape in the United States. Tingle sharply highlighted the growing friction between the U.S. administration and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, assessing the geopolitical risks this poses for upcoming elections. Fellow journalists and readers have widely praised her exceptional ability to clarify such convoluted international dilemmas. The column stands as a masterclass in making complex global affairs accessible to the public. Vocabulary. Correspondent. Noun. 특파원, 통신원. She worked as a foreign correspondent in Paris for 10 years. Acclaimed. Adjective. 칭찬받는, 호평받는. The acclaimed director just released his newest masterpiece. Profoundly. Adverb. 깊이, 심오하게. The unexpected news affected him profoundly. Intricately. Adverb. 얽히고 설켜, 복잡하게. The plot of the novel is intricately woven with historical facts. Friction. Noun. 마찰, 충돌. There has been constant friction between the two rival departments. Assess. Verb. 평가하다, 가늠하다. Experts were called in to assess the damage caused by the flood. Exceptional. Adjective. 예외적인, 특출난. He demonstrated an exceptional talent for playing the piano at a young age. Convoluted. Adjective. 대단히 복잡한, 난해한. The instructions for assembling the furniture were too convoluted. Dilemma. Noun. Dilemma. 징폐난간. The manager faced a dilemma when he had to lay off his close friend. Geopolitical risks. 지정학적 리스크. 국가 간의 지리적 위치, 영토 분쟁, 외교 관계 등에서 비롯되는 정치적 군사적 불안정이 국제 경제나 세계 정세에 미치는 위험 요소를 뜻합니다. 이스라엘 가자 분쟁은 유가 상승 등 글로벌 경제에 직결되는 대표적인 지정학적 리스크입니다. 6.6-1. Military action or sanctions will not help, China says, on U.S.-Iran war. The Chinese Foreign Ministry reiterated its stance on Friday that military action and economic sanctions will not resolve the escalating conflict between the United States and Iran. The statement came after U.S. President Donald Trump announced the launch of an unprecedented and crushing economic operation targeting nations that provide financial lifelines to Iran. In fierce retaliation, Iranian officials labeled the U.S. strategy as economic terrorism that threatens both global economic stability and national sovereignty. China warned that unilateral pressure tactics merely exacerbate tensions and serve no party's best interests. Officials emphasized that a diplomatic resolution is urgently required to prevent further destabilization of the Middle East. Vocabulary. Reiterate. Verb. 반복하다, 되풀이하다. The CEO reiterated his commitment to keeping the factory open. Escalating. Adjective. 고조되는, 악화되는. We are very concerned about the escalating violence in the region. Unprecedented. Adjective. 전례 없는. The hurricane brought unprecedented levels of destruction to the island. Lifeline. Noun. 생명선, 구명줄.
The government loan acted as a lifeline for the struggling small business. Retaliation. Noun. 보복, 안갚음. The military launched a drone strike in retaliation for the bombing. Sovereignty. Noun. 주권, 통치권. The island nation fought hard to defend its sovereignty and independence. Unilateral. Adjective. 일방적인. The president faced criticism for making a unilateral decision without allies. Exacerbate. Verb. 악화시키다. His angry comments only served to exacerbate the already tense situation. Resolution. Noun. 결의, 해결. The United Nations called for a peaceful resolution to the border dispute. 시사용어 해설. Economic sanctions, 경제 제재. 특정 국가가 국제법이나 질서를 어겼을 때 다른 국가들이 무역 금지, 자산 동결, 금융거래 차단 등을 통해 경제적 고통을 주어 정책 변화를 강제로 이끌어내려는 외교적 수단입니다.
Number 6. PLA says it tracked Philippine aircraft after airspace intrusion. The Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, announced that it closely tracked and monitored a Philippine aircraft following an alleged illegal intrusion into Chinese airspace. The incident occurred near Huangyan-dao, a highly contested reef in the South China Sea. The PLA's Southern Theater Command stated that its forces responded strictly in accordance with the law, issuing warnings and driving the aircraft away. This latest encounter highlights the persistently high tensions in the South China Sea. Overlapping territorial claims in this resource-rich area frequently lead to dangerous aerial and maritime standoffs between China and the Philippines. Vocabulary. Monitor. Verb. 감시하다. 추적 관찰하다. Security cameras monitor the building's entrances 24 hours a day. Alleged. Adjective. 주장된. 증거 없이 혐의를 받는. The alleged thief was caught on camera running away from the store. Intrusion. Noun. 침입, 침범. The security system prevents any unauthorized intrusion into the network. Contested. Adjective. 논쟁이 되는, 분쟁 중인. The two countries went to war over the heavily contested border territory. Reef. Noun. 암초. The coral reef is home to thousands of colorful marine species. Strictly. Adverb. 엄격하게. The confidentiality rules are strictly enforced in this organization. Persistently. Adverb. 지속적으로, 끈질기게. The inflation rate has remained persistently high throughout the year. Overlapping. Adjective. 겹치는, 중복되는. The two departments have overlapping responsibilities in marketing. Standoff. Noun. 대치, 상태, 교착. The police and the bank robbers were locked in a tense armed standoff. 시사용어 해설. Airspace intrusion, 영공 침범. 한 국가가 배타적인 주권을 행사하는 바다나 육지 위쪽의 하늘, 영공에 다른 나라의 항공기가 사전 허가 없이 들어오는 행위입니다. 이는 국가 주권 침해로 간주되어 자칫 군사적 충돌로 이어질 수 있는 민감한 안보 사안입니다. 6-3. World Robot Conference 2026 opens in Beijing with over 3,000 exhibits. The 2026 World Robot Conference has officially opened its doors in Beijing, adopting the compelling theme of symbiosis of human and machine, integration of production and demand. This massive 5-day event serves as a premier platform for global tech exchange. It features more than 3,000 cutting-edge products from over 300 participating companies, marking a staggering 69% increase from the previous year. Among the highlights are numerous humanoid robots and practical solutions designed for diverse application scenarios, including catering, healthcare, and emergency rescue. The exhibition provides the public with a unique opportunity to experience how rapidly advancing AI is reshaping everyday life. Vocabulary. Symbiosis. Noun. 공생. The documentary explored the symbiosis between sharks and pilotfish. Integration. Noun. 통합, 융합. The integration of AI into our software will greatly improve efficiency. Compelling. Adjective. 매력적인, 설득력 있는. The lawyer presented a compelling argument that won the case. Premier. Adjective. 최고의, 제1의. The city is known as the premier destination for international fashion. Cutting edge. Adjective. 최첨단의. The laboratory is equipped with cutting-edge medical technology. Staggering. Adjective. 충격적인. 엄청난. The movie made a staggering $1 billion at the box office in its first week. Humanoid. Adjective. Noun. 인간형의 로봇. Engineers are developing humanoid robots that can walk and climb stairs. Catering. Noun. 음식 공급. 외식업. We hired a professional catering service for the company's annual dinner. Application. Noun. 응용. 적용. This new software has numerous practical applications in the healthcare industry. 시사용어 해설. Application scenarios. 응용 시나리오. 신기술이나 신제품이 단순히 연구실에 머물지 않고 실제 산업 현장이나 일상생활의 구체적인 상황, 예, 식당 서빙, 재난구조, 노인 돌봄 등에서 어떻게 적용되고 활용될 수 있는지를 가정한 모델을 의미합니다.
7. NHK World Japan. 7-1. India fully committed to providing necessary assistance after Kumamoto earthquake. Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has assured Japan that India remains fully committed to providing any necessary assistance and relief in the aftermath of the devastating magnitude 7.1 earthquake that struck the Kumamoto region. The Pledge of Solidarity was made during high-level bilateral discussions in New Delhi with Japan's Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi. The powerful earthquake has caused significant destruction to local infrastructure. NHK World reports that 3 weeks after the disaster, more than 3,000 residents are still living in designated evacuation shelters. Authorities are currently accelerating recovery efforts while taking urgent measures to protect evacuees from the intense summer heat. Vocabulary. Aftermath. Noun. 여파, 결과. In the aftermath of the storm, many homes were left without power. Devastating. Adjective. 파괴적인, 엄청난 손상을 가하는. The devastating fire destroyed hundreds of acres of forest. Magnitude. Noun. 규모, 진도. The earthquake measured 6.5 in magnitude on the Richter scale. Pledge. Noun. 약속, 맹세. The country signed a pledge to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Solidarity. Noun. 연대, 결속. The workers showed solidarity by going on strike together. Bilateral. Adjective. 쌍방의, 양자 간의. The two nations held bilateral talks to improve their trade relations. Evacuation. Noun. 대피, 피난. The immediate evacuation of the building saved many lives. Accelerate. Verb. 가속하다, 촉진하다. The company plans to accelerate the development of its new electric car. Evacuee. Noun. 대피자, 피난민. The gym was turned into a temporary shelter for the flood evacuees. 티사용어 해설. Bilateral discussions. 양자회담. 두 국가의 대표가 만나 정치, 경제, 안보 등의 중요한 현안을 직접 논의하는 회의입니다. 이와 대비되어 3개국 이상의 다수 국가가 모여 논의하는 것은 다자회담, multilateral talks 이라고 부릅니다. 7-2. Water supply restoration underway in Kumamoto's hardest-hit areas. Efforts to restore critical infrastructure are intensifying in the regions hardest hit by the recent Kumamoto earthquake. According to NHK World, running water remains entirely unavailable to approximately 7,380 households in severely damaged areas, such as Uki and Yatsushiro cities. Local utility officials are working around the clock and project that normal water services will be fully restored by the end of August. The lack of potable water is particularly dangerous given the current weather conditions. With daily temperatures frequently exceeding 30 degrees Celsius, authorities are scrambling to provide bottled water and prevent heat-related casualties among the affected population. Vocabulary. Restore. Verb. 복구하다, 회복시키다. The mechanic was able to restore the vintage car to its original condition. Intensify. Verb. 강화하다, 심해지다. The police decided to intensify their search for the missing child. Running water. Noun. 수돗물, 흐르는 물. The old cabin in the woods had no electricity or running water. Unavailable. Adjective. 이용할 수 없는. The manager is currently unavailable because he is in a meeting. Around the clock. Adverbial phrase. 24 hours 내내, 밤낮 없이. The medical team worked around the clock to save the accident victims. Potable. Adjective. 마실 수 있는, 식수. After the flood, there was a severe shortage of potable water in the town. Exceed. Verb. 초과하다, 넘다. The final cost of the renovation exceeded our initial budget. Scramble. Verb. 허동지동 해내다, 다투어 뭐뭐하다. The reporter scrambled to get a statement from the famous actor. Casualty. Noun. 사상자, 피해자. Fortunately, there were no civilian casualties reported during the conflict. 주사용어 해설. Critical infrastructure, 핵심 인프라. 국가나 사회가 정상적으로 기능하기 위해 절대적으로 필요한 필수 기반 시설을 말합니다. 전기, 수도, 통신망, 도로, 의료시설 등이 이에 해당하며 재난 발생 시 정부가 가장 먼저 복구해야 할 1순위 대상입니다.
7-3. Japan's Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi holds pivotal talks in New Delhi. Japan's Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi recently embarked on his maiden 2-day official visit to India, marking a pivotal moment for bilateral relations. In New Delhi, he engaged in high-level discussions with his Indian counterpart, focusing intensely on bolstering regional stability. A major component of the dialogue centered on deepening maritime security cooperation across the vast Indo-Pacific region. Furthermore, the two leaders explored avenues for expanding military technical collaborations, specifically aligning with India's ambitious Make in India defense manufacturing initiative. The successful meeting significantly broadens the strategic trust and robust military partnership between the two Asian democratic powers. Vocabulary. Embark on. Idiom. A 착수하다, 느서다. After graduation, she will embark on a new career in journalism. Maiden. Adjective. 최초, 처녀. The new cruise ship successfully completed its maiden voyage. Pivotal. Adjective. 춘추적인, 중요한. Technology plays a pivotal role in modern education. Counterpart. Noun. 상대방. 대응하는 인물. The president held a meeting with his French counterpart in Paris. Bolster. Verb. 강화하다, 지지하다. The government introduced new tax cuts to bolster the struggling economy. Maritime. Adjective. 바다의, 해양이. The country needs to protect its maritime borders from illegal fishing. Avenue. Noun. 방안, 길. We must explore every possible avenue to find a cure for the disease. Align with. Verb phrase. 와 보조를 맞추다, 연계하다. Our new marketing strategy aligns perfectly with consumer trends. Robust. Adjective. 탄탄한, 강력한. The software is highly robust and can handle large amounts of data. 시사용어 해설. Indo-Pacific, 인도, 태평양. 인도양과 태평양을 아우르는 지역을 뜻하는 지정학적 용어입니다. 미국, 일본, 인도, 호주 등은 이 지역에서 자유롭고 개방된 해상 통행을 강조하며 중국의 해양 팽창을 견제하기 위한 안보 연대의 무대로 삼고 있습니다. 8. Al Jazeera. 8-1. Iran war live. Trump says Tehran not ready to make right deal to end war. U.S. President Donald Trump has stated that Tehran is currently not ready to strike the right deal to end the ongoing war. Speaking from the White House, Trump emphasized that the United States will maintain maximum pressure on Iran. His administration is shifting aggressively toward unprecedented economic warfare alongside ongoing military actions. As diplomatic windows close and temporary ceasefires expire without resolution, the strategic Strait of Hormuz remains a highly dangerous flashpoint. Observers note that this rigid stance from Washington diminishes hopes for a swift end to the conflict, leaving the entire Middle East on edge regarding the next military escalation. Vocabulary. Strike a deal. Idiom. 타협을 보다, 계약을 맺다. After hours of negotiation, the two companies finally struck a deal. Maximum. Adjective. 최대의, 최고조의. The engine was pushed to its maximum capacity during the race. Aggressively. Adverb. 공격적으로, 적극적으로. The startup is aggressively marketing its new app to teenagers. Ceasefire. Noun. 휴전. The UN is negotiating a temporary ceasefire to deliver humanitarian aid. Expire. Verb. 만료되다. Please check your passport. It might expire before your trip. Flashpoint. Noun. 일촉즉발의 지역. The disputed border has been a dangerous flashpoint for decades. Observer. Noun. 관측통, 참관인. Political observers believe the upcoming election will be very close. Rigid. Adjective. 뻣뻣한, 융통성 없는. The school has very rigid rules regarding student uniforms. Diminish. Verb. 줄어들다, 약화시키다. The heavy rain diminished our chances of having a picnic today. Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. 호르무즈 해협. 중동의 페르시아만과 오만만을 연결하는 좁은 바닷길로 전 세계 원유 물동량의 약 20%가 통과하는 에너지 안보의 핵심 요충지입니다. 이 해협이 군사적으로 봉쇄되면 글로벌 유가가 폭등하여 세계 경제에 막대한 타격을 주게 됩니다.
8-2. United States and Israel's war on Iran was largely unexpected by European allies. The outbreak of war on Iran, spearheaded by the United States and Israel, caught many of Washington's European allies completely off guard. Despite repeated warnings from most U.S. allies about the catastrophic consequences of military escalation, the conflict proceeded anyway. This situation highlighted a significant lack of enthusiasm and coordination among traditional Western partners. European nations had heavily favored diplomatic resolutions and the preservation of previous nuclear agreements to maintain regional stability. Now, they find themselves grappling with the severe economic fallout and heightened security threats that inevitably stem from a large-scale Middle Eastern conflict. Vocabulary. Outbreak. Noun. 전쟁, 질병 등의 발발. The sudden outbreak of the virus caused global panic. Off guard. Idiom. 무방비 상태임. 기습을 당한. The tricky interview question caught the candidate completely off guard. Catastrophic. Adjective. 파멸적인, 비극적인. The failure of the dam had a catastrophic effect on the valley below. Coordination. Noun. 조율, 협력. The rescue mission required tight coordination between the police and firefighters. Preservation. Noun. 보존, 보호. The group is dedicated to the preservation of historical landmarks. Grapple with. Verb phrase. 뭐뭐와 구심하다, 맞붙어 싸우다. The government is currently grappling with a severe economic crisis. Fallout. Noun. 방사능 낙짐, 좋지 못한 여파. The political fallout from the scandal ruined his career. Heightened. Adjective. 고조된, 높아진. There is heightened security at the airport following the recent threats. Inevitably. Adverb. 필연적으로, 불가피하게. The heavy snowfall will inevitably cause traffic delays tomorrow. 시사용어 해설. Fallout. 여파, 후유증. 원래는 핵폭발 이후 떨어지는 방사능 낙진을 의미하지만 영자뉴스에서는 어떤 큰 사건, 특히 정치적 스캔들이나 군사적 결정 이후에 뒤따르는 나쁜 결과나 파장을 뜻하는 비유적 표현으로 매우 자주 쓰입니다.
8-3. Nord Stream bombing suspect to Hollywood fixer. Who is Volodymyr Zhuravlev? Volodymyr Zhuravlev, a Ukrainian national and professional diver, is currently facing intense scrutiny as a prime suspect in the 2022 sabotage of the Nord Stream gas pipelines. Escorted by Croatian police, he recently appeared before the county court in Pula, Croatia, drawing widespread international media attention. Zarovlev's background is notably unconventional, ranging from deep-sea diving to allegedly operating as a shadowy fixer for prominent Hollywood figures. His high-profile arrest is widely seen as a potential breakthrough in solving the case. It may finally shed light on one of the most enigmatic and politically sensitive infrastructural attacks of the ongoing European geopolitical crisis. Vocabulary. Scrutiny. Noun. 정밀조사, 철저한 검토. The company's tax records came under close scrutiny by the government. Sabotage. Noun. 사보타주, 고의적 파괴 행위. The factory equipment failed due to suspected industrial sabotage. Escort. Verb. 호위하다, 에스코트하다. The VIP guests were escorted to their seats by security guards. Unconventional. Adjective. 관습에 얽매이지 않는, 이례적인. The artist is famous for her highly unconventional painting methods. Fixer. Noun. 해결사. He works as a political fixer, dealing with scandals quietly. Breakthrough. Noun. 돌파구, 큰 발전. The scientists announced a major breakthrough in renewable energy. Shed light on. Idiom. 모모를 밝히다, 해명하다. The new evidence sheds light on how the ancient pyramids were built. Enigmatic. Adjective. 수수께끼 같은, 불가사의한. The Mona Lisa is renowned for her enigmatic smile. Infrastructural. Adjective. 기반시설에. The hurricane caused massive infrastructural damage to the city's power grid. 시사용어 해설. 노르드 스트림. 러시아에서 발트해 해저를 통과해 독일 등 유럽으로 천연가스를 직접 공급하기 위해 건설된 대형 가스관입니다. 2022년 원인 불명의 폭발로 파괴되었으며 이는 러시아와 서방 국가 간의 에너지 무기화 갈등을 상징하는 중대 사건으로 기록되었습니다.
9. CBC Canada 9-1. Saskatchewan's newest police force tactical unit plans on hold. Plans to equip Saskatchewan's newly formed Marshals Service with a highly specialized SWAT team have been abruptly put on hold following intense public scrutiny. The controversy ignited when a tender document requesting bids for sniper rifles, thermal cameras, and ballistic gear was unexpectedly published online. Critics immediately questioned both the hefty financial cost and the actual necessity of creating a heavily armed tactical unit completely separate from existing police forces. In response, the Minister of Community Safety quickly clarified that no specialized equipment would be purchased. He attributed the premature bid request to an overly ambitious employee, acting without proper hire authorization. Vocabulary. Abruptly. Adverb. 갑자기, 돌연히. The car stopped abruptly to avoid hitting a stray dog. Scrutiny. Noun. 정밀조사, 비판적 관찰. The mayor's spending habits have come under intense media scrutiny. Ignite. Verb. 불을 붙이다, 촉발하다. The controversial speech ignited a heated debate online. Tender. Noun. 입찰. Several construction firms submitted a tender for the bridge project. Bid. Noun. 입찰서. 호가. They won the contract after putting in the lowest bid. Ballistic. Adjective. 탄도에, 방탄에. The police officer survived the shooting thanks to his ballistic vest. Attribute A to B. Verb phrase. A를 B의 탓으로 돌리다. The doctor attributed his rapid recovery to his healthy lifestyle. Premature. Adjective. 시기상조에, 너무 이른. It is premature to declare victory before all the votes are counted. Overly. Adverb. 지나치게, 너무. Do not be overly concerned about making a few mistakes.
Number 9. 2. Prolonged heavy rainfall expected in NS on Sunday. Environment Canada has issued a special weather statement warning of prolonged and intense heavy rainfall across Nova Scotia. Starting Sunday morning and lasting through Monday afternoon, the region is expected to be completely drenched with up to 50 to 100 millimeters of rain. Forecasters warn that such a significant accumulation of water over a short period greatly increases the risk of localized flooding, especially in low-lying areas. Authorities strongly advise residents to clear out their storm drains in advance. Furthermore, citizens are urged to exercise extreme caution if they absolutely must drive during the torrential downpour. Vocabulary. Prolonged. Adjective. 정기적인. 오래 끄는. The region suffered a prolonged drought that ruined the harvest. Drench. Verb. 흠뻑 적시다. We were completely drenched after walking home in the rain. Forecaster. Noun. 기상예보관. Weather forecasters predict a sunny and warm weekend ahead. Accumulation. Noun. 축적. 누적량. The heavy accumulation of snow caused the roof to collapse. Localized. Adjective. 국지적인. 지역적인. The storm caused severe but highly localized damage to a few streets. Low-lying. Adjective. 저지대. Low-lying coastal areas are extremely vulnerable to sea level rise. Advance. Noun. 사전. In advance. 사전에. You need to book your train tickets well in advance during holidays. Caution. Noun. 주의. 조심. You must exercise caution when crossing this busy intersection. Torrential. Adjective. 양봉이로 들이붓는 듯한. 맹렬한. The torrential rain flooded the basement in less than an hour. Downpour. Noun. 폭우. 호우. We had to take shelter in a cafe during the sudden downpour. 시사용어 해설. Special weather statement. 특별 기상 성명. 캐나다 환경부 등 기상기관이 태풍이나 폭설 같은 공식적인 경보, 모닝 단계까지는 아니지만 대중의 일상생활에 큰 불편을 주거나 잠재적 위험을 초래할 수 있는 특이 기상이 예상될 때 주의를 당부하기 위해 발표하는 예비 안내문입니다.
9-3. Late-stage trials will test efficacy of a vaccine designed for a different strain of Ebola. Late-stage clinical trials are poised to test the efficacy of an existing vaccine against a newly emerging different strain of the Ebola virus. The situation has grown increasingly desperate in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and surrounding areas as the deadly virus continues to spread rapidly. A UN official highlighted the severe toll on the medical community, reporting that some 160 frontline healthcare workers have fallen ill, with 43 tragic fatalities already recorded. Scientists are urgently hoping that this vaccine will demonstrate cross-protective benefits against the new mutation. The outcome of these critical trials will heavily dictate future containment and public health strategies in the region. Vocabulary. Trial. Noun. 시험. 임상시험. The new drug is currently undergoing Phase 3 clinical trials. Efficacy. Noun. 효능. 유효성. The researchers are evaluating the efficacy of the new treatment. Strain. Noun. 동식물 질병의 종, 변이, 계통. A new strain of the flu virus was discovered in the region. Toll. Noun. 사상자수, 타격. The war took a heavy physical and mental toll on the soldiers. Fatality. Noun. 사망자수, 치사율. The car accident resulted in 2 tragic fatalities on the highway. Cross-protective. Adjective. 교차 보호적인. The vaccine might offer cross-protective immunity against similar viruses. Mutation. Noun. 돌연변이. The virus underwent a sudden mutation that made it more contagious. Dictate. Verb. 좌우하다, 지시하다. Market demand will dictate the price of the new technology. Containment. Noun. 억제, 방지. Strict quarantine measures were necessary for the containment of the disease. 시사용어 해설. Clinical trials. 임상시험. 개발 중인 새로운 약물이나 백신이 사람에게 안전한지 그리고 실제로 질병을 치료하거나 예방하는 데 효과가 있는지 efficacy를 확인하기 위해 환자나 건강한 사람을 대상으로 수행하는 의학적 연구 과정입니다. 보통 1상에서 3상 후기까지 거치게 됩니다. 10. DD India 10-1. India-Brazil sign MOU to strengthen cooperation in telecommunications and ICT. India and Brazil have officially signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, aimed at robustly strengthening their cooperation in telecommunications and information and communication technology, ICT. This strategic agreement focuses heavily on accelerating the deployment of 5G networks, enhancing cybersecurity measures, and promoting digital inclusion across both nations. By openly sharing technological expertise and research, the two emerging economies hope to build a more resilient digital infrastructure. Furthermore, this partnership underscores a growing trend among Global South countries.
It highlights their collective ambition to reduce reliance on Western tech giants by fostering collaborative, self-sustaining technological ecosystems. Vocabulary. Robustly. Adverb. 강력하게, 튼튼하게. The economy has grown robustly over the last 2 quarters. Accelerate. Verb. 가속화하다. The government introduced subsidies to accelerate the adoption of EVs. Deployment. Noun. 전개, 배치, 네트워크 구축. The rapid deployment of the vaccine saved millions of lives. Inclusion. Noun. 포함, 포용.
The school policy promotes the inclusion of children with disabilities. Expertise. Noun. 전문 지식. She has extensive expertise in international trade laws. Resilient. Adjective. 탄력 있는, 회복력 있는. Children are remarkably resilient when it comes to recovering from illness. Collective. Adjective. 집단적인, 공동의. Protecting the environment requires a collective effort from all citizens. Foster. Verb. 육성하다, 촉진하다. The workshop was designed to foster creativity and teamwork. Self-sustaining. Adjective. 자립적인, 자생하는. The remote village operates a self-sustaining solar power grid. 시사용어 해설. Global South. Global South. 주로 북반구에 위치한 부유한 선진국들, Global North에 대비되는 개념으로 아시아, 아프리카, 중남미 지역 등에 위치한 개발도상국이나 신흥 경제국들을 통틀어 일컫는 외교 정치 용어입니다. 10-2. PSB Confluence 2026 ends with 7-point action plan. FM Sitharaman calls for month-long youth banking campaign. The 2-day PSB Confluence 2026 successfully concluded with public sector banks, PSBs, outlining a comprehensive 7-point action plan to support India's vision of becoming a developed nation by 2047. During the event, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman strongly urged banking institutions to launch a month-long campaign specifically targeting the youth. This initiative aims to seamlessly integrate younger demographics into the formal banking system and familiarize them with modern financial tools. Key components of the newly adopted strategy also include maximizing digital banking opportunities. Moreover, it emphasizes bolstering priority sector lending to adequately support crucial economic areas like agriculture and small businesses. Vocabulary. Confluence. 합류, 모임, 융합. The town was built at the confluence of 2 major rivers. Outline. 계율을 서술하다, 윤곽을 보여주다. The manager outlined his plans for the upcoming quarter. Comprehensive. 종합적인, 포괄적인. The report offers a comprehensive overview of the current market. Urge. 촉구하다, 강하게 권하다. The doctor urged his patient to quit smoking immediately. Integrate. 통합시키다. The school is working hard to integrate technology into the classroom. Familiarize. 익숙하게 하다. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the safety procedures. Component. 요소, 부품. Good communication is a vital component of a successful marriage. Bolster. 강화하다, 지지하다. The positive economic data help to bolster consumer confidence. Crucial. 중대한, 결정적인. Sleep plays a crucial role in maintaining good mental health. 시사용어 해설. Public sector banks, PSB, 국영은행, 공공부문은행. 정부가 최대 지분을 가지고 경영권을 행사하는 은행입니다. 인도에서는 국영은행들이 국가 금융시장에서 차지하는 비중이 매우 커서 정부의 핵심 경제정책, 예를 들어 청년 지원, 농업 대출 등을 수행하는 최전선 역할을 합니다. 10-3. BRICS Youth Sports Ministers to meet in Visakhapatnam on August 22, 23. The youth and sports ministers from the BRICS nations are scheduled to convene in Visakhapatnam, India, for an official summit spanning August 22 and 23. This high-level gathering is primarily designed to promote international sports exchanges and foster closer cultural ties among the member countries. The discussions will center heavily on empowering the youth demographic, encouraging their active participation in policymaking, and building their social capacities. By hosting this significant event, India is actively demonstrating its diplomatic commitment to leading youth-driven initiatives within the BRICS framework. Officials anticipate that the meetings will yield actionable policies for mutual youth development. Vocabulary.
Convene. Verb. 소집하다, 모이다. The committee will convene tomorrow morning to discuss the budget. Span. Verb. 시간, 범위에 걸치다. Her successful acting career spanned more than 4 decades. Primarily. Adverb. 주로, 근본적으로. The disease primarily affects older people with weak immune systems. Empower. Verb. 권한을 주다, 역량을 강화하다. Education empowers individuals to break the cycle of poverty. Participation. Noun. 참여, 참가. We encourage active participation from all members in the workshop. Capacity. Noun. 능력, 역량, 수용력. The factory is currently operating at maximum production capacity. Demonstrate. Verb. 보여주다, 입증하다. The recent test results demonstrate the effectiveness of the new drug. Initiative. Noun. 주도권, 새로운 계획. The government launched a new initiative to reduce plastic waste. Yield. Verb. 결과 등을 산출하다, 내다. The latest agricultural research yielded highly promising results. 시사용어 해설. 브릭스. 브라질, 러시아, 인도, 중국, 남아프리카 공화국 등 성장 잠재력이 매우 큰 신흥 경제 5개국을 묶어 부르는 명칭입니다. 최근에는 서방 선진국 G7 중심의 세계 경제 체제에 대항하는 독자적인 블록으로 영향력을 넓히고 있습니다.